honey, I dash, got it on smash, on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, put on the gas.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Two teams here. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Here's Johnson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Right here, right here. 52's the mark, boys. 52. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check it back. Check it back. Check 31. Check 31. Slam, slam, slam. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
On second down, here's Penny, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
First down.
On first down, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Check 4, check. Play out, fans. 14.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check that, 4 down. Undercut. Friday. Switch. Easy.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Let's go, baby.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Check 52, somebody. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Penny, the first down carry, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
First down, Seahawks.
Now Wilson on first down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
After the sack on first down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
He was brought down by Will Harris. It's a gain of 6. And it's
14. That's a safety creep. Back. Check nickel.
We're scoreless after 1.
with no score.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long.
Check. Out. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check. Crouch.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Mike, 57. They're going to need some therapy after this.
2nd and 14. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
57 Mike. Mike 57. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Touch 50. Bang out. Bam. Let's go double count right here. Double count.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. It's caught. Lockett. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. To throw from his end zone. Oh, wide open, complete. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 98 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Go, go. 57. Mike, 57. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Hey, switch gears. Check 99, check 99.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where it came from.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey, let's
pin the mirrors back and go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's make these go.
Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Hey, let's get some penetration. 14.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
It's our time.
They'll throw now on the final play. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Go. Check. Check 24. Check 24. Begin. Shoot.
19.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Check 43. Shift.
Again, it's Penny. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And it's 3rd down.
Hey, we got to get the stop here, D.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. That's caught by Penny. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's off. You can't block me. You can't. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Coming.
And that'll set him back 5. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Hey, check, Mike.
2nd and 9 now. And his throw is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And that'll make it 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And he gets it to Funch launches complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Pass incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught by Funchess. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 9-yard line.
Check, 20. Check, 52's the mark. No gain on this defense, no gain. That's a what? 12. That's a what? Kill.
Now Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And all the way down to the 37. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 54 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
It's out time, guys. It's out time. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check it out, Reed. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now Rashad Penny. And some room to work. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny. His first touchdown of the new season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 14. Lions nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw here. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. And they're indeed. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's up. A big kick there. We'll call it. .56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 36-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey.
Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here, and the pressure gets to him again. Trey Flowers, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
He's coming.
He'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
57. Mike, 57.
2nd and 15. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
It's a gain of 2. 3rd down and 13.
He'll look to throw. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards that time for number 19. They'll drop the throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
You better free. I'm letting you know right now.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Get this. Check.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
No. Off. 57. Mike, 57.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on the play.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.